21 Savage admits his arrest for being in the United States illegally was actually an inside job from the United States Police. Now, if you guys are a fan of 21 Savage, I highly recommend watching this video all the way until the end so then you can understand everything that's going on with him in this very serious issue with 21 Savage. Now also, if you guys are a fan of 21, be sure to leave a like on this video right now, and then don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you would like to join our iPhone X giveaway. Now today, 21 Savage was on Good Morning America for an exclusive interview which he talked about his arrest and being detained by ICE. And in the interview, which we will share with you here in a second, he goes on to say the words that it was definitely a targeted job and it was an inside job when he was arrested, because when he was being arrested he heard a policeman say the words "We got Savage" into his walkie-talkie. Now this is literally insane to even think about, because now knowing that this was an inside job, that means that there's something that the United States definitely wants from 21 Savage. Now, I doubt it's anything about him being here illegally. I mean, they probably arrested him for, either as a scare tactic or something. Usually when people, especially, a celebrity, if there's anything wrong with like immigration and things like that, they'll usually handle it, behind the scenes. That happens a lot of the time where, they won't make a huge scene out of it. But there is something really going on lately with, the United States Police arresting rappers and things like that. We will get into more about that later on in the video, but even in the last week, there's been lots of huge name rappers being arrested. And I'm also pretty much like 100% sure that if his papers, weren't signed, that would be probably one of the biggest mistakes of his career. I'm 100% sure himself, and his whole team would make sure that his, immigration papers or whatever it is, his visa, would always be signed, and so then he would be 100% a United States citizen. So like that's not even an issue. I know like that's literally one of he probably has people hired to make sure everything is good with him being here in the United States, so it's most likely not an issue. Now the only thing that I can think of that the United States maybe wants out of 21 is maybe that he didn't pay his taxes in full or something along the lines of that, which again I do doubt, just because 21 does have a lot of money, but the United States are really strict on their tax laws. So maybe 21 Savage only paid a percentage of his taxes that were due, and maybe they're trying to arrest him to scare him into paying the rest in full, because he did probably make over a few million in the last year, so he is gonna owe quite a bit in taxes. So the only thing I can really think of is that they're trying to scare him into paying his taxes in full. The United States Police Force definitely want him for something, and usually it has something to do with money a lot of the time. But it also is brought to my attention that a lot of rappers from Atlanta have been getting arrested lately. And not only just Atlanta rappers, but just a lot of rappers in general, literally within the last couple of weeks, have been getting arrested. From artists just like 6ix9ine, Lil Baby, Bow Wow, 21 Savage, and literally a group of others, just in the last few weeks have been getting arrested. It's almost like the police of the United States are targeting these rappers, maybe because they always flex money and maybe they owe outstanding taxes and things like that, or that they have guns in their music videos and on Instagram. I don't really know, but I just find it really weird how a lot of these rappers are being targeted lately by the United States Police. It's not really making much sense to me, but if you guys have a theory about it, be sure to comment it down below, because I am kind of curious. Now, a week ago, it was reported that 21 Savage has been arrested and was detained by ICE, and it turns out that 21 is actually not from Atlanta, but he is an immigrant from the UK. This literally shocked the entire internet, and it was actually trending worldwide while the Super Bowl was on, so that's actually pretty crazy that 21, he was getting more publicity and action than the Super Bowl. So that is kind of crazy, but with tons of memes and stuff of people claiming a lot of things, finally 21 Savage has, came out and talked about the real reason on why he was arrested, and it was all talked about on Good Morning America. Now, it's actually true that 21 Savage was born in the United Kingdom, and it was reported that he came to the United States when he was around the age of 12 to 14 years old. Now, to be honest, I don't really care about any of this. Like, I know this is like a huge deal right now that's going on in the hip-hop world, and I'm supposed to be a hip-hop channel, you know, reporting the news and having a lot of, you know, details about it. But to be honest with you guys, it doesn't really matter to me at all. You know, I'm a huge 21 Savage fan. You know, I don't really care where he's from, because at the end of the day, you know, he's making amazing music. And just because, you know, he's not actually born in Atlanta, he was still, you know, there when around the age of 12 to 14 years old. So he still did, you know, live everything that he claims that he raps in his music. So that's really all I care about. You know, he's not like a Slim Jesus as an example, where, you know, he's rapping things that he never lived. 21 Savage, on the other hand, actually did live the things that he raps. So, you know, there's a lot of, you know, differences that you can make about this. Now, obviously, he wasn't born in Atlanta, but he was growing up in Atlanta from a really young age. So to me personally, that's all that really matters. It doesn't really matter where you're born, as long as, you know, when you're making music and you're talking about the things that you went through, that you actually did it and you're not just a fraud and you're just making things up. There is actual photo and video evidence of, you know, 21 Savage living the things that he claimed. Now, there is a lot of like hidden things that are going on with 21 Savage. Now, 21 Savage's dad is actually a famous doctor out in the United Kingdom, and he actually does a lot of work for celebrities and, you know, important people. According to Dom is Live News, he's a very trusted source here in the hip-hop world. He's also got a huge YouTube channel with over like a couple million subscribers. I love watching his videos. But here are some photos of 21 Savage and his dad here, and in the photos, 21 Savage allegedly didn't really know where his dad is, but it's kind of weird because, you know, you can pretty much look up his name and he'll come up on Google. But on the screen here, I'll have some photos up of 21 Savage even with his dad, so then you can actually tell that it is from him. And from these photos, 21 looks around a teenager, and in the photo, everyone outside, 21 Savage is in the bottom left corner in case you can't see him. Now, when this photo was taken, it must have been around the time that 21 left the United Kingdom and went to the United States. There are so many missing pieces and information about this story, so I can't really wait for the full thing to come out to life, because in interviews and whatnot, it has been said by 21 that his dad wasn't around, he was a bad father and stuff. But it seems like, you know, from these photos and that the fact that he's a celebrity doctor, he couldn't have been that bad of a dad, but you don't really know all the behind the scenes, so I'm not going to claim anything. I just don't really understand the fact that when he said that he didn't even know where his dad was in an interview, you know, he can easily just look him up on Google and you can find exactly where it is, where he is. Now, with all that being said, I just want to wrap up everything. And 21 Savage, the fact that this was an inside job with him being arrested by ICE in the United States, it's actually kind of crazy to think that the United States is kind of doing like a wipe of rappers. So like, you know, they're literally clearing a rapper's list probably, where, you know, they're, you know, testing everybody to make sure they're not doing anything illegal. And a lot of rappers have been caught. Like Lil Baby was literally just driving home when he was arrested and, you know, brought into the police station for apparently reckless driving, which I don't see, you know, Lil Baby reckless driving. He was completely sober as well, and he was in like a nice Bentley or something. I think it was a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. I don't see him driving recklessly in, you know, a couple $100,000 car. It's almost like the police kind of have like an out for rappers right now. You know, they're trying to arrest as many as possible. It is very weird and a bad situation kind of as well, because a lot of these rappers, if they have anything, you know, on them or anything, they're gonna be arrested for a long time. But anyways guys, I am going to be ending the video here. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.